I'm seeing red. The hunger for war is in my blood. Hunger is warm in my lungs. You can see in my eyes, I am the phoenix about to rise. I'm seeing red. Do I die alive or dead? Hear the voice inside my head telling me this is not the end. I'm seeing red. Do I die alive or dead? Hear the voice inside my head telling me this is not the end. I'm seeing. I'm seeing. One-man army under the guns. Locked and loaded. Here I come. Laying on your back. Always at the ready to attack. I'm seeing red. Do I die alive or dead? Hear the voice inside my head telling me this is not the end. I'm seeing red. Do I die alive or dead? Hear the voice inside my head telling me this is not the end. I'm seeing. I'm seeing. I'm seeing I'm seeing red. Do I die alive or dead? Hear the voice inside my head telling me this is not the end. I'm seeing red. Do I die alive or dead? Hear the voice inside my head telling me this is not the end. I'm seeing. I'm seeing. I'm seeing red. I'm seeing red. I'm seeing red.
It's quiet time.
Hey, liberals, isn't this what it's like listening to Sleepy Joe? Welcome back, everybody, to Second Amendment Ranch. As always, I'm Cameron.
I'm Carl.
And I'm Wally.
Holy crap, Carl, you got some real lag.
I know. What's up? Hold it. Now is it? No.
Well, while we have
Technical.
Now technical difficulties. No, still dragging. I'll be back.
You might have to restart.
I had a very interesting day today, Wally.
What happened?
I had 3 guys that came. I had to teach yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I hate teaching.
I don't blame you.
I do. I hate being stuck in a classroom all day. I don't have the freedoms that I like. My normal job, I get to run around the building all day. People look at me and go, holy shit, that's one angry looking bear coming down the hallway. And they leave me alone. It's great. No customers
Okay.
ask me for shit. So I had 3 gentlemen that yesterday in class, we always do a review before the test. They got 3 answers right between all 3 of them on a question or a test with 28 questions. 3, yes.
So were they all the same question
Okay.
no,
that they got right?
no. They got it was 3 answers right combined with them. It was a review, so they all got an answer out. They got 3 right between the 3 of them for a 28 question test. Today, I have to do the practical aspect, which our company is more along the test is enough. No, it's not, because this job is what put me at this job. I don't have a disc in my spine anymore. This job will kill you. So we need to take this a little more seriously. Nah, it's not. We're not too worried about that. So today, and I had a crane operator that was phenomenal. I love this dude. He was great to work with. Holy shit. After they fumbled around for the first 20 minutes, trying to move a box 20 feet, move a box 50 feet, and then move the box back to its original point, I was like, all right, guys, y'all want to see how quickly this can really be done? And they looked at me and they're like, yeah, let's do it. Hey, you got 20 years, I got 2 years. Let's show them how it's really done. You got it. 2 minutes. It took me 2 minutes to do this whole activity. So I showed them the difference in experience levels between them and me, and basically bent them over my knee and showed them who their daddy was. That was great. I loved it. It pisses some of them off, so I don't try and do it often, but it's real funny to watch them go, really? Yeah, that's how it's really done. Everything you just taught us went out the window. Yep. This is the real world now. What I teach you in that class, it's important for you to know so you can cover your ass, but this is how it's really done. So I set up the obstacle course, and all it is a zigzag pattern around pylons that you can hit with the crane. It's fine. They're metal. You're not going to hurt its feelings. Snowflakes. But
Already taking jabs.
because I have to. I hate liberals and snowflakes and this transgenderism and this bullcrap tranny drag. I just saw an article where they're apparently in New Jersey, one of the drag people decided to show his testicles to a child. I'm sorry, but if I go to a drag event and I see your testicles and there's a bunch of kids around me, I always have a knife on me. You now forfeit your reproductive organs. You just expose yourself to a child. By law, you're a sex offender. Come here. But no, so I set up the obstacle course and I had an engineer. I hate engineers. They overthink everything.
Yes, they do.
And they
make things
overcomplicate.
Yes.
Why? Why do you overcomplicate the shit out of everything? You're not Joe Biden. Stop monkey fucking this football. Yes, Carl, I know there's my one, but this dude is... Holy shit. I shouldn't have gotten going. God bless America. Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The gloves are off. That didn't take long. And Carl tried his hardest to spin me up. So, I get this guy going, and he is taking... it doesn't take any thought. Hand signals are easy. Boom up, boom down, hoist up, hoist down, swing, swing. I want you this way or this way. It's not left or right. It's this way or this way. Put it here. I'm telling you to put it right now. That's simple. The only 2 things that are different with this crane and majority of other cranes, it has a boom out and a boom in. The other thing I teach them, open and close your hands when you want to use the boom, and that's telling him to float the load, which means keep my load at the height it is at, feathered down on the hoist or feather up on the hoist. That way it does not get above or below where we need it. It is simple. It's so easy.
Sounds like he needs the full knife hand.
Oh God! Oh, I was close. I have yelled at students twice. One of them because he was getting in an area that was unsafe as shit. Basically, it would have killed him if I didn't keep yelling at him. So I had to demonstrate how it would kill him because his thought process was, oh, if I'm in between the load and the crane operator's not going to try and hurt his crane. I'm sorry, but have you ever seen a crane?
It does
They
what it
are
wants to
not
do.
pristine. They do not look pretty. They are beat to shit for a reason. He has hit that crane hundreds of times. You're an idiot if you think that. So that was that student. Now we're back to that's a whole nother nightmare story on in and of its own. But this guy, when he wanted to move, I couldn't. It looked like his hands were having he was orgy, like shit like this was going on. Like, dude, open hands, correct finger, thumb, finger, swing, open hands. I had to go up to him 3 times, grab his hands, and curl his fingers up. Because every time I told him, open and close your hands more, he raised his arms up. I'm like, how are you ever thinking this? What is open them up more? Why do you think this is this? Stop! Oh, God. I gave him about 30. He took up half. I've never had a crane stay its whole hour. Never have I ever had a crane stay the whole damn hour. Till today. And I'm watching the time. I'm giving him one last chance. I walked up to him. I yelled at everybody. If I see any more, I've already used my one. I did drop some F-bombs today at work. A lot of them. If I see any more pussyfoot hand signals, we're shutting down. We're going inside. And the 2 guys that were doing okay, they looked at me and they're like, okay. So they did theirs all right. They started actually listening and doing it better. Let this guy run through one more time. I walked up to him and said, you get one more chance. This is it. If you cannot get these hand signals right, remember what our slides talk about. If you have conflicting signals, you're shutting down the job. And as soon as I walk away, I turn around, back to those weak signals. I turned around to the crane operator, looked at him. This means cease operations. This means we're done. I don't have to yell at him. I don't have to yell at anymore. This means pack it up, go home. He looks at me and goes, yep, go home. I was livid, meaning none of these guys paid a damn bit of attention in my class. None of them. That's one of the reasons I hate teaching that shit the most. Because I have great classes where they all pay attention. Then I have classes like this where I want to run every single one of their faces into the crane so they can get a little taste of how the real world is.
So I just want to say one thing. Why is it that we only have one viewer and it is Chad?
Hi, Chad.
Because Facebook is trying to do a lot of shit to us. Now, also, we're not on Twitch because Twitch switched out a deal. Too many bots on there trying to get in and run your shows. So right now we're not on Twitch.
Okay.
Yep. We're not on Twitch.
We've always had a lot of trolls come from Twitch too, so.
Yeah.
Carl's YouTube's banned. Twitter is
Nope,
still
we're back on. Hey, I forgot to tell you earlier. We are back on YouTube. If you look up there, you see the little emblem that says Paranormal Nation Radio.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the picture. If you go to it, it says the Bill of Rights Network.
Cheeky bastard.
I changed the name on it.
Ah.
So we are live on YouTube.
Well, we've always been live on YouTube in at least 2 locations. I thought you were saying your Bill of Rights network was back up, the one they banned.
No, not the one that went down, but there is another Bill of Rights network up.
Yeah. No, I got you. So Now that I've gotten a little bit of venting out and my blood pressure's starting to climb again, we need to get a blood pressure chart for. I'm telling you, somebody just needs to like get a whiteboard or something and be like, Cameron's blood pressure chart. That way, before the show, if Carl manages to successfully irritate me enough to get rolling into this, we're here. Whereas, hey, he's starting down here today, guys. It's going to be a pretty quiet day
All
today.
he's got to do is get one of them watches and wear it and look at it and go, "Oh hell, my blood
No,
pressure
it's more
went through the
entertaining.
roof."
It's
See,
more
I
entertaining
found out
for
I
them to be
can't
able
wear
to
mine.
track it.
I
Hey,
can't wear
Barbara.
mine because mine will keep going off and tell me to breathe.
It'd be just more entertaining to watch y'all with a whiteboard behind you, like, no. No. Ooh. Ooh, he's topped it. He's topped it. Here we go. Here we go. Yep. Time to send. Work hard, play hard, send it like a retard.
I'll have to look for some software that does that on a show and then
Oh,
have it
God.
over here in the corner where it just keeps rising up, and then blows open.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Oh.
That shit.
There goes Cameron.
Here we go. I don't actually have a gun fail today, but I do have a fun gun show. So I didn't get a fail. It's getting so hard to find gun fails right now. It really is. So I have something from iFunny. If you don't know what that app is, it's one of the few apps that there is still an excessive amount of free speech, and y'all are going to learn that today. So you gotta stick around and stay tuned to see what video we gonna be talking about. Carl, it's one of your favorite YouTubers too.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Whoops, I have that on the wrong link. All right, let's get into something. Here was a successful one. Supreme Court actually overturned New York gun laws.
Really?
Yeah. Some of the most strenuous gun laws throughout history have been in New York, Chicago, and Washington and California. The Supreme Court finally overruled the fact that New York is so. I mean, look at the crime. If you remove New York, Chicago, and DC from the gun crime statistics, and I know, well, we're not on Twitch right now, which I'm kind of happy about. But if you remove those 3 states from the 50 states, we dropped from being like number 7. Hold on, let me.
Something like that.
With highest, oh my God, the highest Google search right now: countries where abortion is legal.
Really?
Yep. I know
That
what
is-
country has the highest gun crime. I
That
live in the
is
country with the highest gun
ridiculous.
crimes.
That is totally ridiculous. Boy, my green screen's slowing me down bad today.
So, as it stands in 2019, America was number 2. If we removed, and this is an older statistic, I'm not going to be able to find it as quickly as I found this one. This statistic was back in 2017, I want to say. So odds are it's been removed by now, because we see how the mainstream media and we see how big tech and all our politicians are deciding. So my concern is so the statistic was, if you remove those 3 states out of the country, we dropped from number at the time, I want to say we were number 1 to number like 54. So it's a drastic difference. It was huge. However, when I was doing my search for gun news, and we know how I feel about fact checkers, anytime a fact checker says something's not true,
It's probably true.
Right.
when I was pulling up my gun news and articles for today, I got a fact check notification.
You
And
did.
it wasn't from Snopes. It wasn't from anybody else. It was from USA Today, so mainstream media, which concerns me more than anything, that a fact check from a news media that I have never given a damn about, ever, is telling me that this thing is fake. Okay, what is it? Because odds are, if you're saying it's fake, it's actually true.
Right.
So this is the concern I have. The fact check was a false claim that the House bill outlaws disassembling and the cleaning of your own firearms. Yep. I've seen on TikTok and iFunny multiple people posting that about jokes about this. I'm like, there's no way they're going to do that. They're not going to require you to get a license to clean your guns you own. Now there is a bill going in, they're trying to push. It's actually up to the president at this point in time. We know how that pencil whip dick bastard likes to sign off everything pushed in front of his nose. That and smell it. I'm pretty sure the easiest way to take care of Joe Biden would just put a straw with fentanyl in front of him. He's going to sniff it at some point in time.
Right.
And no, I'm not saying do that. You can't paraphrase me on that. You can't quote me on that. I did not say anything about doing anything evil to the president. I said a joke. Get over it. However, that concerns the absolute shit out of me. So that means if you get caught cleaning your guns in your house, private property, if this bill passes, the one that Congress just sent, where they are trying to get backing for red flag laws to pass, and we should all know how I feel about red flag laws. Sieg Heil! Yeah, that's what I think they are. We're going back to Nazi Germany with that shit. If that passes, not only that, they're looking at passing a bill that was going to allow warrantless entry within 100 miles of the border to check for illegal immigrants. We talked about that last week. There is another mainstream media that's trying to disprove that. I don't know how true it is. She says she's on the Republican side, but I don't trust any damn mainstream media, anybody. Unless you are willing to come onto this show and talk to me personally and I can gauge you as a person, I don't trust you at all. My coworker likes to make the joke that I hate everybody. And we just got this new girl, new woman. She's a little older than I am. I should give her the respect. He says, oh, no, that's Cameron. He absolutely hates everybody. And she said, that's not true. And I just kept walking because I knew my manager would not be happy with me turning around and saying, oh, no, it's absolutely fucking true. I hate everybody. You have to earn my respect and love. I'm that kind of a person. I start off hating every single one of you. It's who I am. I've been crossed too many times. I've been burned, betrayed. I don't like anybody. You have to earn that right to me. Yeah, you can call me a narcissistic bastard. I don't give a shit. I hate you. If you're here watching this, I kind of like you. You tolerate me. Bravo. But if you're not, Wally, we know I hate you. This dumb bastard over here. Holy shit, Carl! I got a story for you. So he was calling me this week, and his power was out. Tank was going on last week. Power was out. Tank was off. Broken. All this shit was going on. Yes, sir. I'm bringing it up live. Yahoo! So he's talking. He's like, I gotta call my mom. I gotta tell her what's going on. Figure out if the electricity's back up. So I'm like, all right, man, I'll talk to you later. I love you. He turns around and goes, I love you. I'm like, bro, like we're good buddies and everything. And I do love you a little bit, but what the hell? He's over here like, oh man, I'm sorry. I was thinking, I'm like, I'm already wanting to talk to my mom and everything. I'm like, it is what it is. I know I'm pretty and everything, but damn. Oh, he was so embarrassed. He wanted to hang up, and he spent like next 3 minutes like I didn't have trying to save himself. It was great.
He let it slip.
Yep. Wally loves me. He's
hey
turning.
Man, so much shit went on that day. It was a fucking nightmare. All right. Fuck you. Oh.
We're gonna have to get a sensor. We're gonna have to get a horn.
Yeah, I gotta get a sound box here.
That
It'd
way,
been
every
the perfect time to play the Lovebirds tune.
Yeah, that, and we could have been like, he's about to say the Although that means Carl's gonna have to sit over here with a hand on his soundboard the whole time, like fire truck. That was close. Oh,
the buttons don't work no more.
They're gonna come and look at your house and see a soundboard, and one button's gonna be ripped off. What was this one? This was the sensor button. What does that mean? They say the F-bomb way too much. How old is that? Oh, it's only a week old.
Yeah, get Cameron a shot caller. I need a long range remote.
Hey, oh. Hey, I said my one for the show. Wally took 2. I'm good so far. Although we have had shows where a little bit of liquid courage and it just starts to go.
Just a little.
Just a little bit. But so let's get it. So we talked about fact checkers. We talked about the 100-mile border. You do know why it's 100 miles, though, right? What key cities are in that area, and what are they? Red or blue? Mainly red. Not only that, that puts Houston in that area. Houston is one of the largest and busiest cities in America. We have ties to Brazil, Peru, and there was one other country. We already have foreign trades going through the Gulf of Mexico constantly. We have our own energy networks. We have our own food productions. So Houston's busier than tits. That puts Houston right on the map. Puts quite a few other major key cities in there as well. And now, if
Julie's going to help me out, shot caller. You rang. Let's get it going, Julie.
No.
Yeah.
It would probably boost our views like crazy. Hey, Carl.
Oh, yeah. I
God,
could see his beard go.
I was going to say, friendly day to you. Man, this shot caller over here having a spasm attack every 3 seconds. You know, we're going to get into this article now.
That would be fun.
I would want a remote to it.
I'd have to get David's phone number and call him and say, hit the remote. Hit the remote now.
I'm pretty sure there's some you can run on your phone. I'll do a challenge for a shot. I'll do a challenge for a shot caller. Somebody's got to buy it. I'm not spending the money on it. But at some point in time, when we get the merch link back up, we'll see. Once the merch link's back up, it'll be something like if we get $1,000 in sales in a couple months, we'll do a shot caller challenge.
Right.
And I know you're not going to do it because we put out a challenge last week that nobody went with. So screw you guys. I'm not doing it. Not only that, we are actually coming up to our last 5 days for the other challenge. So,
yeah, that does mean he has to eat the dog food, but you got to send the money in first. That was on the challenge.
The money was.
We got the loan. We could use some help for a down payment. So,
but that's gone and passed. So I don't have.
That's right. It ended.
That one's done. No dog food or cat food for me and Carl. Although the Blazing Wing Challenge for Buffalo Wild Wings is still going for the next 5 days. But that's for free speech, free stupidity. But the Congress passed the most significant federal gun restrictions in decades, sending it to President Sniffy Can't Ride a Bicycle Joe.
That wasn't him.
No, that's not Joe Biden. All right. Hold on.
Yes. Hold on. Breaking news.
We'll go with...
That couldn't have been Joe Biden. He can't hardly walk, let alone ride a bicycle.
All right, come on. Give me that picture and that picture. Open like a new tab. Tab. You're not going to tell me that this man on the right, Joe Biden.
Me?
No.
I'm on the right.
So this was Joe Biden back in 2001. Not that long ago. 20 years. I want you to notice something really clear and distinct about this Joe Biden and this Joe Biden. One, this Joe Biden has brown eyes. This one has blue eyes. I know it's hard to tell with these photos. I know. That's why I wanted to find better photos, but this guy has brown eyes. This one has blue eyes. I also want you to notice something that doesn't change ever. Not even with contacts. Look at his earlobe. This one curls up and connects, and he has that little flap like I have. Dangle, dangle. Right? This son of a bitch over here, his ear connects straight down behind his chin. Old Joe, new Joe. Old Joe, new Joe.
Right.
This is not Joe Biden. Oh, there's one. Look at that earlobe. That is completely connected to his. There's not the little dangly boy at all. So that's not Joe Biden. Joe Biden's dead. That is some puppet. Prove me wrong. I dare you. Oh, I hate that.
I know you do. So what's our gun pail?
I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
Uh-oh.
All right. You want her gun fail.
Let's see what he's got tonight, folks.
It's not a fail. It's not.
Uh-oh.
It's something so entertaining. Why don't y'all go ahead and read that real? Oh, did I share the sound? Share screen, share system audio. There we go. You got to have the sound for this one. Okay. You got to hear what he's going to be shooting.
This is a 458 lot. That is a 500 grain brass solid. Again, I have a CZ 550 bolt action rifle. Okay. Here we go. Oh! Let's go see if it stopped it. This
it didn't.
is a 458 lot.
It didn't. That is a full brass round.
Right.
That is coming at you at Mach Jesus and just turned a level 3 plate into Swiss cheese. I want one.
Probably get one for pretty damn cheap.
Being a bolt action like that, you probably get the rifle pretty cheap.
Right.
Ammunition, on the other
hand.
Let's find out. CZ 550 bolt action. $270. That one's $1,300 from Gun Broker. Oh, you got how much do y'all think that rifle is?
Right around 1,000.
1,500. Oh, damn.
500.
$500 to $800.
Really?
5 to 8. I'm on the CZ USA right now. They have options.
Ooh. I know what Cameron's buying in the next couple days.
No. I've got it. So I did finally get good news, y'all. It looks like I'll be able to actually get my 100% disability rating with the VA, but I've got to go and pay $150 for it. So I'll be working on that for the next few days. However, as soon as that back pay comes through,
ooh,
I'm going to get some debts paid off. I'm going to put a little extra on my truck. And then whatever I have left, depending on how much back pay it is, Cameron might be looking at a Barrett. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm getting my hopes up. It depends on how long the process takes. Because I've been fighting for 100% for a while, so I don't know how they're going to rate it. I don't know if they're going to go off my original claim or if they're going to go off of this claim. Because as far as I know, it should be off the original claim.
It should be off the original.
Which would have been over a year ago.
Right.
What's 12 months times $1,200?
Enough.
Oh, so much enough. That's what happened with me the last time. That's how I paid off my truck the first time. It was great. Being able to drop that amount of money and pay. I own my truck now. Pink notes in the mail. Well, it's beat to shit. Time to upgrade. Oh, back to a truck note. So, yeah, that rifle's actually not that expensive. That was really surprising. Yes, you could take your herd of elephants out with that rifle. It's beautiful. But I'm not a huge fan of bolt actions. I have 2 bolt actions myself. I have 2 Ruger precision rifles, one in 22 LR and one in 338 Lapua. Now, I have found a few bolt action rifles that I absolutely love and adore. That round right there is very uncommon. All right, let's see about the round. Unfortunately, with this one, I can't actually go and rewind anything, so I got to rewatch it so I can listen to the caliber.
Right.
Yeah, we know.
I seen a video today that we need to all take a trip to Australia.
4.
Cameron would have a blast.
Oh, if you're talking about hunting the poachers and the woman that's doing it who is finer than shit.
No.
Oh.
You know how you have feral hogs in Texas?
Oh, yes.
They got feral cats.
What?
These farmers out there go out and they're shooting these cats like crazy with big guns.
Oh.
We're not talking big cats. We're talking oversized house cats.
What?
I seen that video today and I went, oh, crap.
That's a gorgeous Lapua rifle, but I want to find out how much your ammo is. No, I'm not actually shopping for myself. I'm trying to compare.
I thought you were shopping for me.
Carl, I don't think you could handle 338 Lapua.
Oh, I know I could. Put a tripod on it, set it on the ground. I'm good to go.
We'll just have him be the Overwatch.
Feral cats over there. Yeah, that's
Bro, what the
Barbara, that's bad.
absolute donkey dick? This is some bullshit.
What?
Bro, what the Okay, so I had to compare the 458 lot to 50 BMG to 338 Lapua as far as price per box. And then it tells me price per round. For 458 lot, a box of 20 is $205. You're looking at $10.25 a round. For 50 BMG, no, we'll do that one last. 338 Lapua right now is currently sitting at $790 to $925 a round. The ammunition that I typically get isn't on here, so we're going to split the difference. We'll call it $8 a round. 50 BMG is $9 a round. What the hell? 50 BMG used to be way more expensive. Like, it's affordable. I mean, you go through a mag, there goes $50 right there, but 50 plus $60 right there if you're putting one in the chamber. So $60 right there, but still, why the hell is my 338 Lapua as much as 50 BMG? The 458 line, I understand. That's not a round I have ever heard of before. That is not a common round. Typically when I go, so this is going to explain a few things for a couple people. I like variety when it comes to firearms, but it's not so much variety on want a Daniel Defense AR-15 and 5.56. I want a Federal Arms 5.56. I don't want different brands. I want different calibers, but I want common calibers. And with the Army going or supposedly transiting to the 227 Valkyrie, also known as the 6.8. What was there at? What was it? Was the 6.8? Oh, it's just a 6.8 millimeter. That's it. But I don't think the gun itself is worth $9,000.
No.
Don't ask me how I know that. I haven't been gun shopping. Don't question me. I'm still sane. But it's not a $9,000 gun. It's basically so the Army's new rifle is essentially an AR. Now they do have a new saw. They are looking at going to a new 6.8 millimeter machine gun, which that I can see being nine grand, because you can go to effing America and you can get an M243 for about $8,000, and that's a 5.56 round. So I can see the 6.8 millimeter round being a little more expensive for the saw, but not a ramped up AR. This is what you're looking like. Now, mind you, this has a suppressor.
It looks
on
almost like a scar.
It's kind of similar. It's a little less bulk, so it's kind of a common. From what I can gather off this is a combination of a SCAR and a 5.56. It's a beefier round, closer to the 308, which is what the what the SCAR H is a 308 or a 7.62 by 51 caliber round. For those of people that don't know America and want Russia.
Freedom fractions.
Which really, America, the only things we do in wrong is ammunition. Everything else we do in freedom. And then our bullets, we were like, you know what? We're going to be dicks because you want to tease us about having guns. We're going to use your measurements for our ammunition. You're going to do what now? Yeah, we're assholes. Get over it. That, I'm like, I see it there, how that played out right there. Like, that makes sense to me. Like, screw Britain. We don't want your shit. But we're going to steal your measurements for one item. Oh, and what's that? What you tried to take from us. Y'all are a bunch of dicks. We know. Trust me, we know. But it looks like a combination of a SCAR and an AR-15. It really does. It's a big, beefier round, so it's kind of got it's got the upper workings of a SCAR. Its upper looks beefier and larger than an AR, where an AR is a lot more streamlined, slim. The SCAR is definitely a much tankier gun. And remind me next show, I'll go down and grab them before the show and everything, and I'll do a side-by-side comparison of a SCAR H versus an AR-15. I can do that. It's great. Pisses a lot of people off. But the upper receiver itself is huge on this gun. When I think of an AR, I'm thinking slim, sleek. You can skeletonize it. You can customize. The benefit this one has that I can see easily is it has the collapsible stock. It has a more accurate, heavier round, so it's going to do a lot more damage further out. It's going to be more accurate. But I don't see the military buying this gun for $9,000. They're not going to replace the M4. They're not going to go from something that's worth $250 in bulk to something that's, again, if you're buying in bulk, you're going to get a huge discount, but still you're looking at $5,000 to $6,000 a gun. And that's buying thousands of them. I see that gun being worth maybe $3,000. And that is solely for the fact of who the manufacturer is. That's it. Because they're one of the big name brand. Like, they can do that. Hey, we're SIG. We can charge you extra because we're like that. We know. Trust me. Don't have to remind us. Yep. It's a good looking gun. I would like to own one, but I'm telling you, I'm not going to drop $9,000 on something that I essentially have for two other guns. I do want to get that caliber. It's a very interesting caliber. I would love to shoot it, but that's how my brain works. I want 22. I've got so 22, 9, 45. I'm not a fan of 40. I've got 38, 5.56, 308, 7.62 by 51, which again, those are the same damn thing, but 6.8 or 6.5 Creedmoor, 3.38 Lapua, 50 Beowulf. I'd like to branch it. Now, I do. Don't get me wrong. I do have a couple of guns that I would absolutely love to get, even though I have the calibers already. I'd love to get a Scorpion Evo or Evo Scorpion. No, yeah, Evo Scorpion, and then a Chris Vector. Which the Evo Scorpion is a 9mm round. The Chris Vector is a 45 ACP round. Although, if you did not know, there is a bigger 45. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Neither did I.
Y'all want to learn what it is? Let me see if I can find it again real quick. What did they call it? Stop sending me notifications when I'm trying to do other shit. 45 Raptor. Yes. 45 Raptor. I didn't know this caliber existed.
And now Broken's in the market for another gun. Or Cameron.
Well, maybe not necessarily. This is the 45 Raptor.
That's a big round.
Yes, it is.
That's a big round. Mm, 44 Marlin, 45, 70 governments. I would love to see a 45 rep. That's the 350. Oh, they don't actually have a side by side of it yet. So I'm assuming this is actually a fairly new round. Because I have both of these ammunitions. The one on the left is 5.56. The one on the right is 50 Beowulf. I've got both of them. This one is very fun. This one is really fun. Oh, it's so enjoyable. But from what I've been able to tell, the 45 Raptor is a smaller caliber round, so it's a smaller diameter. But that looks a little longer in length. So I can definitely see that having a little more oomph behind it, which, by the way, if you don't know, 50 Beowulf is kind of like a shotgun when it comes to the variety. And if you don't remember, Carl, you seem to be sitting there off droning on.
Right.
You remember the different varieties of shotgun ammunition we showed?
Yeah.
Think about that for the 50 Beowulf. Not as extensive, not nearly as extensive, but it has a variety. You have hollow point. You have penetrating rounds. You have super penetrating rounds. The amount of different chaotic crap that this round comes in, they have a full just lead slug that you can throw at people. And yeah, I feel like just punching him in the chest with molten magma.
Right.
Like, that's it. Just no cover, no casing, nothing to protect the lead. So it's just going to come flying out and burn the shit out of your chest if it doesn't cave it in the first place. Same thing. It was that orange anodized one you got to see. Now, I know you've been drinking over there. Are you already starting to get a little...
Nope, I'm a long ways from that.
Just been quiet today.
I'm just sitting back, listening. You got good conversation going.
Meanwhile, Jailbird's down there like, the poor kitties.
We was talking about those feral cats
I know.
over in Australia.
And my street is littered with them.
No, these are big cats, big kitty cats.
Comparing to a Norwegian forest cat?
Ew.
Because you got to remember,
some of them are getting to be 50 pounds over there.
So pretty damn close. By the way, if
They
y'all
have
don't know,
been known to take down. The cats have been known to take down the Tasmanian devil.
and like groups of them versus a
I
Tasmanian.
don't know if it was in groups or a single tom or what it was, but
If
I
y'all
was
don't
watching
know,
this YouTube video. There's one guy over there. They call him the Cat Man. He goes out and hunts them and skins them and makes stuff out of the cat hides.
oh, it's out of stock and no back order, bro. Everybody's buying 50 BMGs up left and right. That or the go. If y'all didn't also hear, the government just spent a whopping crap ton of money to buy 700,000 rounds of ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
700,000 rounds in one buy. So odds are they're trying to keep the market where it's at. They're trying to keep people from being able to purchase quality ammunition, because if y'all remember a couple videos ago, we talked about squib rounds, which was an underloaded round that got your round lodged into your barrel, which will cause your barrel the next round you send to blow up. Yeah, if it sounds wrong, it is wrong.
Right.
But I've been looking at 50 BMGs for months, and they're gone. They're just constantly gone. It doesn't make any, like, it's an expensive gun, but there are people out there willing to buy them everywhere. So I'm honestly a little shocked. Oh my god.
But Julie says the
That's
feral
a
cats do a lot of damage over there in Australia.
Oh, just like our hogs. So same problem.
Yeah. Yeah, they just walk out in the outback and find them and bang. One guy catches them and walks up to the cage and goes, bang.
This is why I shouldn't be on Midway USA looking at Barrett stuff. I have a 338 Lapua, but that's a beautiful rifle. That
Beautiful
is
price tag on
gorgeous.
it.
Oh
too.
no, it's not. Screw that. That's out of stock, no back order.
Mm.
You can't find. I'm having difficulties finding 338 Lapua anywhere. You can find 50 BMG, but you can't find the guns anywhere. I know HR. God, what was that? 227. What was that bill you brought to me a long while ago, Carl, where they were trying to ban basically everything but revolvers and shotguns?
Oh, that was HR. Was that 140, 1411 or something like that?
Maybe.
It's hard to keep track of all them bills that they tried.
No, that's for farmers. That's a different one.
Right.
So that bill that they tried to pass that got stuck at Congress for years, what they were trying to do was ban any caliber over a 50. So 50 Beowulf, 50 BMG would be out. They also didn't want to have anybody have access to semi-automatic firearms. Basically, when you break the law down, you'd have to get rid of everything. You were going to pay a huge amount of taxes on magazines over 10 rounds. You were going to have to turn in your ARs. You would get a huge fine for that. You couldn't have over a certain amount of ammunition. You had to get an ammunition license. It was chaotic. It was just cancer.
Right.
So if you broke it down to its whole actuality and read through everything, they wanted to ban everything but shotguns, and specifically more break open, over, under, or double barrel shotguns and revolvers. That's all
Get
you
you
could
feeling
have.
better, Julie.
Yeah, get feeling good. So I'm wondering if because of that and because of how they're pushing now, because now, where was it? I've got everything all backwards today. So this bill, Congress passed the most significant federal gun restriction in decades, sending the bill to President Joe Biden's desk. Measure aims to strengthen background checks for the youngest buyers, close so-called boyfriend loophole, and incentivize states to pass red flag laws. So essentially, what they just admitted to is Congress is willing to bribe states to pass red flag laws because
Right.
they know if the states don't pass red flag laws, the second they send alphabet boys, just like the video, that's why I wanted to play that video today. Just like that video today, they're going to fool around and find out in a very, very, very hard manner. Your level 3 plates are only going to do you so good. Not only that, if you know where to aim and you know where vitals are, I'm shooting you in the neck, the face, or the dick.
Yep.
I'm an asshole. You don't protect any of that with any kind of body armor. Or I'm shooting you in the stomach because body armor only covers the vital organs. Do you know what one of the most painful ways to die is?
Gut shot.
Gut shot. You know why?
Yeah,
You're
you
s-
die slowly. You bleed out.
It's
Stomach
worse.
acid.
Stomach acid.
Right.
You know, the Vikings used to eat onion, a huge bowl of onion, like soup, some dish heavy with onions. If somebody got stabbed in the stomach, and if they would leave and come back, and if they smelled a huge aroma of onions, that dude was dead because the stomach acid will eat you from the inside out. Your stomach has a special lining designed to contain that acid. That's why acid reflux, when you look at the esophagus for people that continuously have that, it's all burned up and marred out.
Yeah.
So now you shoot somebody in the stomach,
Now that stuff's everywhere.
they don't get immediate treatment, and you have to get immediate treatment because the amount of bacteria inside your stomach alone can cause sepsis. You're having a very bad day.
Yeah.
And essentially, the only thing that's going to make you better is a absolute crap ton of painkillers. And we're not talking about like ibuprofen because your
No.
stomach can't process that anymore because it's got a hole in it, which means they're dumping you full of morphine, fentanyl, really powerful shit. It's a crappy way to die.
Fun stuff.
Oh, yeah. But I'm not telling you how to deal with the problem. I'm telling you how to deal with the problem.
What the hell, Cameron?
Oh God.
The measure aims to strengthen background checks, yada yada. But Democrats wanted to go further and rein in gun violence following the Buffalo and Uvalde shootings. No, the Uvalde shooting got out of hand because you sent feds in there. Now more video evidence is coming out. You're also blackmailing the Latina mother that went in and rescued her child, that if she goes and protests or goes to the media to talk about the fact that y'all were pepper spraying, tasering, and handcuffing parents, preventing them to go and save their child. Meanwhile, you all stood outside for an hour not helping these kids while the shooter ran around. You're threatening her because she's on probation, and you're going to break her probation and send her to prison if she goes to mainstream media. You are a bunch of corrupt cops, and I can't wait to get hands on you. Oh, it's coming, I promise. While Democrats wanted to go further to rein in those shootings, they got Republicans to agree to only more modest measures, scrambling to respond to a recent spat of bloody gun massacres. It's so ironic. When you want to push your agenda, schools get shot up. Huh.
Yep.
Seems like every single time something comes up, your agenda is just right there for it. Little ironic. I don't know how that got put past in Texas. That Uvalde shooting makes absolutely no sense to me. Constitutional carry state. I don't give a crap who you are. If you block me from going to get my kids, I'm shooting you. You're now stopping me from doing what any father would do. I'm putting a hole in your head, going in and getting my kids, and anybody that tries to stop me from that point to the point I get home is gonna be dead next. That's how fathers think. That's how real fathers think. Not this crap. Oh, it's not my kid. It's not my problem. The blood test, I'll pay child support. I'm talking about parents that give a crap about their kids and raising them right, not doing this transgenderism, LGBTQ drag show crap. I'm talking about real men. What being a man used to mean. Any real father, there's not anything on this planet that is going to stop him. You
No.
start taking the most dangerous man in the world is the one that just wants to be left alone in his peace and solitude. And if that means his peace and solitude is his wife and his kids, and you take away one of those things from him, he knows he can no longer go back to that solitude anymore. It has been robbed from him. So the actions that follow next make him the most dangerous man on the planet because he now has absolutely nothing left to lose. That man will go to hell and high water. And I guarantee you shoot some special forces dudes, kid, I'm going to get the popcorn and I want to watch you try.
Mhm.
I'm gonna sit here. I'll have a case of beer on ice because I know he's walking out. That guy going in right now that has got just this stone cold. He's going in and he's coming out in 20 minutes or less. If it's not that, it's free. That dude is. When you see the guy that's calm, run towards him because he's about to start handing out ass whoopings for everybody. But scrambling to respond, yada, yada, yada. Following the years of false starts and failures to tighten gun laws, following Senate passage late Thursday, the House passed the bipartisan bill that takes steps to. Oh, I know we're running late, Carl. I'm trying to wrap it up quickly.
That's all right.
To restrict gun access for the youngest buyers, domestic violence offenders, and others who would pose risk to the communities. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, you can't buy a gun if you're under the age of 18. It used to be under the age of 18. They're now trying to push it to 21. Not only that, if you are a domestic violent offender and that shows up on your background check, you can't buy a gun in the first place. So obviously the Democrats have absolutely no idea how the damn things work in the first place. You don't know that these guys already can't buy guns. You're an idiot. You've never tried to go get one your damn self because you go and pay security. The Bipartisan Safer Communities Act would also fund school safety and mental health programs. The House approved it by a margin of 234 to 193 as 14 Republicans joined all of the Democrats. The legislation heads President Joe Biden, who is expecting to quickly sign it into law. Democrats hope the legislation would further rein in gun violence after lone gunmen massacred black shoppers at the Buffalo grocery store and children at Texas elementary school last month. The victory for gun-safe advocates this week also came as a setback as the Supreme Court struck down a New York law that restricted the ability to carry a concealed weapon. The ruling imperils similar laws around the country. Democrats nevertheless cheer the legislation's passage as a landmark event after they won support from the Republicans, including Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, Kentucky Republican who has long fought for efforts to restrict gun ownership from previous mass shootings that rocked the country. There's one for you, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Mitch McConnell, add him to the list. After 28 years of inaction, bipartisan members of Congress came together to heed the call of families across the country and pass legislation to address the scourge of gun violence. Okay, let's get to the laws. Okay, there we go. Bill passed Friday would enhance background checks for 18 to 21-year-old gun buyers. These access for firearms for younger, so you can still go and serve and die for your country, but you can't buy a gun, you can't drink, you can't smoke. What else are they going to take from you? But we want 16-year-olds to vote. Moving on. The ease of access for firearms for young adults came under increased scrutiny after the 18-year-old armed with assault-style rifles carried out both Buffalo and Uvalde, Texas shooting. Democrats hope to ban these types of weapons for people under 21. Again, they're going after AR-15s. The legislation also aims to close the so-called boyfriend loophole and restriction gun ownership for domestic violence offenders who are not married to their partners. It would also set up grants for states encouraging red flag laws. So, yes, that is actual bribery. Holy shit, we just said we're going to pay you to set up red flag laws. You put it in paper for everybody to read. What the? You are actively pushing to pay your state representatives money so they pass red flag laws. Oh, I'm going to need a shot of Jack after this. Red flag laws, which allow police or relatives and acquaintances to petition courts in order for the removal of a gun if the individual is deemed dangerous. Look at me. Come and try and take him, mother. It would also fund school safety and youth. No. What would have funded school safety was the $48 billion you sent to Ukraine. That would have funded school safety. Get bent. This bill is pissing me off so fast. Oh, God. Republican gun rights supporters have argued that those issues, rather than the prevalence of firearms, have fueled the U.S. gun violence epidemic. We don't have an epidemic. We have a bunch of stupid people. Democrats have also long lamented under the underfunding of mental health programs. No shit. We've got 2 genders and 28 mental disorders now. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, the Democrat who led the passage of a far more sweeping gun bill this month, acted quickly to pass legislation despite her concerns about its scope. Everyday gun violence steals lives and scars communities. It's 284, by the way. It's not a lot. Not compared to drinking and driving, obesity.
Look at her husband with the drinking and driving.
Oh, that disappeared real quick. Now we have something called sudden adult death syndrome. Huh? Oh,
What?
it's not. Yes, sudden adult death syndrome. They are calling a new disease. People are just dying. Like they don't know what's going on. But it's funny. It's all the people that are vaccinated. They're trying to say it's not associated with the vaccine. Watch the video we showed a couple episodes ago that's tagged in our Discord. The original proposal would have banned assault-style rifles for people below under the age of 21, barred certain high-capacity magazines, among other steps. Had a little chance of getting through the Senate, where Democrats have to win over 10 Republicans to garner the 60 votes needed to break legislation filibuster, and was ultimately scaled back. Talks by Chris Murphy, Democrat from Connecticut, and John Conroy, a Republican in Texas, ultimately led to a breakthrough. Murphy, who represented Newtown, Connecticut, in the United States during a Sandy Hook Elementary massacre in 2012, has long pushed for new gun restrictions. 15 Republicans, including McConnell, voted for the bill in the Senate. The Republican Senate leader on Thursday framed the legislation as a middle ground between protecting schools and ensuring gun right ownership. Bullshit. Bullshit. I would like to see this bill in its entirety, but that's all we can get to. We are past our time, and I tried to wrap that up as quickly as I possibly could, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I'm Cameron.
I'm Carl.
And I'm Wally.
And this has been the Second Amendment Ranch. Check us out in 23 minutes for free speech, free stupidity.